Okay. Well, I would like you to be less hostile to me, first of all, because I think we should just have a general discussion.
Stop whining. We're doing a debate.
Stop whining.
So,
okay. I'm not going to give you the reaction that I know you're looking for.
Yeah. So women are better leaders than most. Do you agree?
Yes. I was looking at that video. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like one of the ones that.
And you cite which study?
Oh, yeah, the one that I'm talking about now. But I didn't reference that in my opening at all. So I think the people in the audience, if they had any sort of common sense following along, they'd be like, what is he talking about? Kylie didn't mention that, which I didn't.
But the thing is like, this is a current core part of your worldview and belief, and you make propaganda videos about it, even though it's completely uninformed.
That women are better leaders. I think that is a subjective opinion. None of the statistics and facts that I gave previously are objective opinions. Like the fact that women didn't have the right to vote until 1920. Women couldn't open a bank account in the United States until 1974.
When did men get the right to vote?
Oh, okay, I know this is exactly what you were talking about. This is what you're known for, is like getting people on a technicality that we don't historically know. But the answer to that is no. The answer to that
the answer is that's no?
No, the answer to that is the fact that in 1920, everyone was given the right to vote, but there were still barriers to vote for people of color.
When did men get the right to vote?
The right to vote was guaranteed to all people in 1920, according to the 19th Amendment.
Before 1920, were all men allowed to vote?
No.
Okay, great.
They weren't.
And then even when men's suffrage was passed...
Because of white supremacy and because our system was not founded equally.
Are you aware that men only got any rights to vote about a decade, roughly, before women?
That is not true. Men have been the founding fathers were all men, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
What does that have to do with the right to vote?
The right to vote was historically withheld from men of color. It was
It was also withheld from the general population.
Do not cut me off. Do not cut me off. I am in the middle of speaking.
I don't care if you're in the middle of speaking. You're in the middle of a debate.
The right to vote.
You don't have your TikTok mute button, sweetheart?
I will not be speaking anymore until you have a conversation with him.
Well, look, if we can, for both people, if we can allow each other to finish, even if you want to jump in, just let the other person finish speaking. If somebody's going on a monologue and they're filibustering, I'll try to get them to wrap up, but just if they're making a point, just try to let them finish.
No, I did not go to school for 4 years and build a platform to be talked to like this, so I will be walking away from the microphone right now, and I would encourage you to get your guest under control. I'm going to take 2 minutes, so you can ask him questions if you'd like, and I will be right back.
Because you run the show?
I just won't be back. And
I don't give a shit. What do I care? I'm here to have a debate, not listen to your whining. Do you want to have a debate or not?
All right, I'm not going to be talked to like this.
Well, do you want to just take a little 2-minute breather? You want to take a 2-minute breather?
This is feminism? You're the strong woman? You're the strong woman? Really? Whew, strong woman. I will not be talked to. Like what? What did I even say?
I would.
I will not be talked to like that. Yeah, you will. What are you talking about? It's a debate.
Maybe we can try to stick to.
There's been some really strong feminist women in that chair who have debated with me, just not this one.
Yeah. Although I think maybe for the sake of ensuring that the debate happens, maybe we can just so we get the debate. So the debate happens. Maybe.
Well, what am I supposed to do? I'm in the middle of a debate. Am I supposed to worry about tone policing and this and that because I have points and refutations which may hurt people's feelings?
Well, I think she overreacted a little bit, but I think it is fair to allow.
Then time it.
If she's in the middle of.
Time it. Give us 60 seconds apiece.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah,
I'll propose that to her.
Just do 60
but
seconds.
I mean, I'm fine with keeping it open, but just. If you're talking, and she interrupts you, I'll tell her not to. Mm-hmm. But if you can, just try to let her finish.
Yeah, but when anybody does the bullshit of like, I'm speaking, you know what I mean? Of course, there's going to be some.
Yeah, but try to let her finish if you can. But
yeah, let's do 60-second back and forth.
That's fine with me, as long as there's some boundaries. Yeah.
You want to do that? 60 seconds back and forth.
That works.
Or if you guys want, we could give it another shot at just keeping it open combo.
Sure.
So why don't we do that? If the interruptions continue, you guys feel like you're not.
But I would like to just point out.
Wait. We have to set the rules first. No more talking. Yes, we will do 60 seconds back and forth.
I'm supposed to be talked to like that, though, right?
No, 60 seconds back and forth. Or I will leave. I'm so serious. We signed an agreement. If I appear here,
leave. I don't care.
We
Why do you think I care if you
I'm
fucking
not
leave?
talking to you.
Hold on, guys.
I'm not
guys,
talking
guys.
to you.
Okay.
I'm talking.
Go ahead. What's your proposal?
My proposal, if we don't do 60 seconds back and forth, I will walk out right now. The agreement was that I appear. It does not say that I have to stay for 3 hours, so I will leave right now. Because I'm not going to be talked to like this. I mean,
What? Yeah. What?
real men.
A real
don't
you're
talk
going to tell me what a
women
real
like
man
this.
is?
Well, Andrew.
My dad.
Real women don't
Hold on,
abort
hold
their
on,
children, lady.
My dad has the
Andrew.
same political beliefs as you, and he would never talk to a woman
And my
like that.
sister
You
has
are
the same
embarrassing.
political beliefs as you, and she would never
you
dare
guys-
talk to a
look,
man like
guys,
that.
guys,
Like, what's your
hold on.
point?
Can
That
you
makes
both
no
stop?
sense.
Andrew, can you stop?
Andrew,
In
that's really disrespectful.
furtherance-
Oh, God. Everything's disrespectful.
Andrew, stop.
You're such a crybaby.
Hold on, Andrew, stop. In furtherance of ensuring that this debate actually occurs, let's set some ground rules. We got to allow people to finish their points. And Andrew, maybe you've said some mocking things towards her.
No, I have not mocked him at
Well,
all.
look,
No. I've stood
I'm
up for
gonna-
myself.
I need to be fair.
And I will not be mocked. I have not said a word that is bad to you. I talked to you about your
hold on.
family in Michigan. I want to get to know you. This isn't
Kylie.
about anything about me mocking you. This is a
I'm
boundary
not
of
here
him
to get to
attacking
know
me.
you. I'm here to
Look.
do a debate.
Look, when you return to the table, you did the tone. Your tone wasn't the best towards Andrew. And look.
My
I'm
tone?
hold on.
Oh,
I'll
wow.
be fair. Hold on, Kylie. I'll be
That's
fair.
classic.
Andrew's tone towards you wasn't great either. In furtherance of ensuring that the debate actually occurs, why don't we just get back to it and stick to the substance of the conversation?
Okay.
I'm trying to be fair to both of you.
But 60 seconds each, yeah? No interruptions?
Andrew, if you agree, if you're fine with that, then I'm
Okay.
fine with that. So we'll.
Great.
And if you guys are open to it, if that goes well, the 60 seconds each, we can bring it back to open conversation.
Okay.
Well, there does have
Okay.
to be some cross-examination at some point, but yeah, that's fine.
Sure. Okay. So Kylie, go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
Okay, so the point of my conversation here is I would genuinely like to have an open discussion about like what feminism means and to debunk some of the feminist myths, but my opponent seems to want to attack me instead and call me names, which is totally okay. I'm used to that, especially if you look at my comments online. But the point being, I'm going to try my best to keep it very mellow. Again, if I'm being attacked, I am going to get defensive, but I would like to start by saying, yes, the McKinsey study in sociology, psychology studies are flawed, and that is true. They are continually, it's a field that's expanding, and that's why I chose to study psychology, because I do find it so interesting. But that doesn't negate the fact that plenty of studies have found a significant correlation between being a woman and being a victim of violence at the hands of a man. And again, the study of 1 in 3 women globally who experience sexual or physical violence. And I think that is the core of what a lot of feminists believe in, is trying to combat that violent behavior and to protect women. I'm sure that's close to a minute, so I can pass it over
Yeah,
to
so
you.
feminism has completely lied to everybody, and I'll explain exactly how. It failed in its promise. Its promise was that it was supposed to protect women. It hasn't protected women. The very idea that you want to put women inside of male workforces is not protecting women. The idea that you want to have dual colleges where it's men and women together is not protecting women. These are terrible ideas, and they've been borne out as being terrible ideas. When you talk about sociological studies being flawed, I don't think that you're really being honest about how flawed they are. The replication crisis in sociology is getting worse, not better. It's not getting better. Even with all the meta-analysis, it's not getting better. Why isn't it getting better? It's because of bias. There's so much bias which is going on, especially from the purview of feminists. And feminists use standpoint theory. They want everything to go through the view of women. So when you're talking about, for instance, the criteria, when you're talking about what that means that women are assaulted, right? What is the criteria for that, for what an assault actually is?
That's a really good question. There are definitely, we are definitely working on defining the lines for that. So right now there's an acronym that we are coming up with that we want to teach in schools of like what that means, which is FRIES, so freely given, reversible, informed, enthusiastic, or engaged in specific of what consent means, so that there is no confusion about what is happening in terms of, you know, like whether it's an assault, because I know that does happen where men are confused and they don't know, and especially if there's alcohol involved. And so my goal is to protect women and also to make sure that men know that if they are causing harm, that, I mean, a lot of men, they don't want to hurt other people. They don't realize it. And so I think if we have better education about like what assault is and how to prevent it, because again, there are male victims. So I think if it's something that we can come forward about and make sure that everyone feels heard and supported, then men would also come forward more about like if they've been assaulted.
This doesn't answer my question, though. My question is, when you cite the data on how many of these women have actually been assaulted, what is the criteria being used?
That's a good question. I see your point of how it varies, like based upon the study and things like that. But I think a lot of these problem is that it is self-reported. But again, another issue is that that means they could be underreported as well because women are too scared to report it. So yes, there are issues with that.